What's up everyone, Murtag here, and today I'm giving an early look to the Warrior of Battle for Azeroth. So let's give a look at arms because it is the spec that received much changes, especially on even on the baseline spell. So we have lost Recklessness as an offensive cooldown, but we are getting back, of course, Battle Shout, so just increase strength agility of our raid by 5%, but this is for only free specs. But we're getting back Sweeping Strikes as a 25-second cooldown, and say the hour spell overpower Immortal Strike, also smash, slam, and execute it one additional target for 100% of the damage, and then we are getting overpower back as a baseline spells. It has, as always, a second cooldown. It is a critical strike, cannot be blocked, dodge or parry as always, but also increase the damage our next mortar strike or execute by 30%. So is now is the source of synergies pretty much with mortar strike, because they also changed our mastery again. So we have this new mastery, deep bounce. So our now mastery increases the damage of the dot, so no more add more bonus damage on every Colossus Smash cast. And these changes pretty much synergize with this new interaction on arms more in the talent. So we have War Machine, it's a baseline talent to level, more rage, killing enemy gives us 20 rage and increase our move speed. So we have lost Dauntless, Sudden Death, approximately 2.5 procs per minute, so we no longer need the legendary ring to have it, and the damage as if you spend 30 rage. And then we have Skull Splitter. Bash an enemy skull dealing 140% physical damage, it generates 30 rage, and it has a 21-second cooldown. Interesting. We will see only while could play the alpha. It's the rage generation, this 30 rage every 21 seconds can be on par on Sudden Death, but this what am I looking now, I surely prefer Sudden Death to Skull Splitter. The 30 talent row is pretty much unchanging, but we are looking in Shockwave and we don't know yet for what. The level 45 Trauma and Avatar. On this point we have second wind, Bounty Strike, and defense stance, because we are no more have Titanic Might, so we are gaining second wind, which is interesting because allow us to survive a bit more easier during raid bosses encounters. Level 75, another bigger changes to Cleave. Cleave now is a talent. Strikes all enemy in front of you with a sweeping attack for 100% physical damage. It inflicts deep wounds on all the target, and it costs 10 rage. There's a 12 seconds cooldown. And on the other chance we have Warbreaker that replaces Colossus Smash. So to compensate the fact that we are losing Warbreaker with our artifact weapon, they are now placing it as a talent. For what I saw now, I prefer the freebie when we need to kill some ads very quickly, for example Mr. Sazin. Probably Warbreaker is the way to go. When we need instead to control a meat more efficiently, the way we're killing ads, maybe Cleave will be the way to go, even if it clicks deep wounds. And for single target, and then we have Umbrella Wrath, that's a Bladestone will critical strike generate 1 rage. So probably the choice are between Cleave and Warbreaker. So level 90 talents, we have Fervor for Battle, that works pretty much the same. We have Mortal Combo, they would not give us an extra charge of Mortal Strike, but increase the damage of your next melee ability by 50% when we cast Mortal Strike. And then we have Deadly Calm, reduce the rage cost of your abilities by 100% for 10 seconds, and I believe this will pretty much the way to go, because we are losing Recklessness, so having the possibility to cast every spell with no rage cost for 10 seconds is a very huge and important buff. For the level 100 talents, we have Ravager, Dreadnought, and Anger Management. So Anger Management and Ravager works pretty much the same. Yes, and then we have Dreadnought. The power has 2 charges, and it increases the damage of your next mortal strike or executed by an additional 20%. So I believe this is one will be the way to go, because this would mean that our power increases the damage of mortal strike and execute by 50%. It's really a lot, especially with the fact that now our master no longer increase the damage of Colossus Smash, but Colossus Smash now does a bit more damage to the enemy. So let's give a look at Fury. Spells, Fury remains pretty much unchanged. We have Recklessness, we have Battle Shout, but not much other changes. So we have mastery our mastery is still the same. So let's give a look at the talents. War Machine now is different. For Fury, it only gives us more 30% haste and 30% move speed. Endless Rage, Fresh Meat. Again, they are planning to add something different for instead of Shockwave. Avatar still there, is still here. Outburst, Berserk Rage now causes Enrage. We have Wrecking Ball. This one, Furious Charge, is new. Charge also increases the healing from your next Bloodthirst by 300%, but I believe it's still inferior to Steel Bondi Strike and Warpaint. Then here we have Carnage, Massacre, Strike, Frenzy, Rage, Bloodbath, Reckless Abaddon, Dragon's Roar, and Blaze-Storm. So no changes to Fury. The spec is still pretty much the same as it is in Legion, and the same we can say to Protection. We have not much very interesting changes at all. The line, the talents are completely the same. Completely. Probably this one is only has received a bit on GG, but I'm not playing Protection since 7.1, so I need to check a bit before. But that's pretty much it. It's interesting how they decided to change arms. I prefer the way they intended it to work in Battle for Azeroth as it is now in Legion, because I was also worried about the state of warriors for warrior arms after we will lose our artifact power, because now our spec was constantly on on the tactician proc, and they probably they had to rework completely because our artifact powers it would have suffered a lot much. I like the fact that they added back overpower and sweeping strikes. For Fury and Protection, I was pretty much satisfied as they are now in Legion, and I'm satisfied at the fact that they have not decided to change them at all. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you soon in the next video.